You ready?
What's he doing?
Thing?
I don't know.
It's a TikTok dance.
Good morning, everybody out in Streamville.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome
Good
to
see
all
everybody.
the
I dropped my
people
stuff.
who got their butts up this morning and slept through the rain. Where are the rest of you?
You barely made it.
I was here very early.
You were fine. You were fine.
Very early
We're down at our
today.
beautiful Lake Ridge office. Got a great crowd here. We're excited to bring the
Yes.
traveling roadshow to our Lake Ridge office, where we always get great support.
It's fun down here. We like it.
And this is our only Virginia sales meeting of the month for December. We're not going to
Yes.
do the second one, so we'll be here today. Then next week over at Rio in our Gaithersburg office, and those are our two December sales meetings.
Yes, and then it will be a new year.
Yes.
If you can believe it, it's almost 2023.
Almost, but this office is beautiful.
It
For those
is.
you haven't been out here, Sheila's
Sheila
done a great job
decorated
decorating
all the
it all
things.
up. So
Yes.
good job, Sheila.
Yes, very nice. Thank you.
And just feels very festive. Although she said right before we went on that she was going to bring us Santa hats or Christmas hats. I'm glad we did.
I forgot mine. I usually do wear
Do
one
you?
right before, the week before the
Yeah.
last sales meeting before Christmas. I typically wear one.
Feels like a you thing, not a me thing.
I think I can make you wear one. You know what? I have one that would be perfect for you. It lights up.
Oh, perfect. I'll save that for one of our
It flickers.
remaining holiday parties. I'll do it
We'll
then.
mess up his hair. That was good.
So let's hop into all the fun stuff we have.
Yes.
I've told the crowd they have to get ready because we want lots of great participation today. Lots of good stories, what's going on out there right now. So first thing we like to always talk about is our true rock stars, not only our Cardinal supporters, but once they were able to get their listings to Cardinal since our last sales meeting. So we want to read off these names because we hope we get all the buyer support and we read all those names at the end. Over 200 closings since our last meeting, which is fantastic. But these
You guys have been
listing
busy.
side, yes, you guys are doing awesome.
Awesome.
So this listing side, though, these are the people that actually went out and were able to negotiate and get the whole deal to go there, even though they were on the seller side. So I'd like to start
Awesome.
with these rock stars to get us started. So we got Albert Zhang, Andy Spagnola, Arslan Jamil, my man Brad Roars up in Gaithersburg, Bruce Lyman, Carmen Carter Howe, Uncle Casey Sampson, Krista Napoli, our wonderful Lake Ridge broker
I just
manager in
want
the
to point
back.
out, your name always cracks me up because it's funny to see how they're going to pronounce it that day.
Yes.
Sometimes it's CJ, sometimes it's Chris, sometimes it's Christopher, sometimes it's Chris John. I mean, he's got like 92 reiterations of his name. So thank you, Mr. DiNapoli.
Thank you, Mr. John.
Mr. John.
Darren
You
Ro-
too will know it's a telemarketer when you call and say, hi, is John there? Yeah.
Darren Robertson, Diwan Gupta, Ferris Eways, Gray McBay, Heidi Hollis, John Bunch, John Gift, John Carello, Joseph Dean, Joy Haskins, Karen Richardson, and Keisha Gray Robinson.
Thanks, you guys. Kelly Daniel, Larry Bean.
You got hold on. You can't just say Larry. Come on now.
Larry and Laura Bean.
Woo!
Okay. Sorry, I'm just in.
She won a raffle last week in our
Oh, my
Gaithersburg holiday or
Gainesville.
Gainesville holiday party. It was awesome.
Off the charts. Can you?
My
can
ears
y'all
are still
imagine?
recovering 6
Can
days
y'all
later,
imagine? Yes.
so it was awesome.
Ladies, Christina Aguillon. Oh, by the way, if y'all are here when we call your name,
Yeah.
give us a whoop whoop.
Shout out. We may not pay attention. Everybody's
Yeah,
walked
we're not
in.
paying attention. Lisa Barber, Michelle Gibson, Misty Weaver, Neil Balin. Misty Weaver, whoop whoop. Oh, she not here? Oh.
You just
Jess,
got
that
excited.
was a false start. False start, Jess.
Dreamweaver, I believe.
That's why I said anybody can be in choir. Yeah. Neil Balin, Pilar.
Just Pilar.
Pilar.
No, you can try it. I want to see that.
Gio Kachia.
Excellent. A for effort.
A for effort. Rajan Lawani, Roberto Valencia, Roger Misho, Roxanne Southern 2 times.
Miss
Thank you,
Sarah
Oh,
Mormon.
Woo! Tia Thompson, Vita Howard, and Wendy Dean. Thank you, guys.
Great job to everybody.
Nice
Thank you for all
job.
your support. And that's just the listing side. We'll read all the names out at the end of
Yes.
the closing up our sales meeting. We've also had the pleasure of welcoming 29 new family members to our family since our last sale meeting. So great, 29 new people.
Yes, and
that have joined our
and their
family.
office is on the side of the screen. So if they're in your office, reach out, say hello, and make a new friend.
Angela Panpuak from Keller Williams Metro. Your cousin, Anthony Mormon.
Yeah, we laughed. He's not my cousin, but it would
No.
be funny.
Anthony Mormon is a new agent.
Yes.
Audrey Feltz from Inactive Back to Active. Avery Harding from EXP. Catrice Green from Keller Williams. Cheryl Lockley from Compass. Edme Salazar from Century 21 Redwood. Fatima Johnson from Long and Foster. Gaith Algabra from Canzel Realty. Jeff Welburn from Realty Plus.
Jessica Wangus from Remax Home. Jessica Brown from Nitro Realty. Justin Pizarra from Keller Williams. Kalisha Alston from Realty Plus. Keith Hawkins is a new agent. LaDonna Reff from PenFed. Maria Flores from Hometown Real Estate. Navneet Singh from Redfin. Paulette Clark from Coldwell Banker. And Ping Wan from Remax Specialists. Welcome, you guys.
Priya Sastry. She's not a new agent, but it's okay. Sometimes we get them wrong. She's
a new agent to us.
She's fairly productive. She's not or very productive. Reginald Sidbury from Redfin. Rishia Weiner from Profound Realty. Sharon Ross from Redfin. Sheila Armstrong from Keller Williams Metro. Sonia Braddock from Baldus Real Estate Inc. And Tracy Brown, Venus Weaver, and Vicki Hinton are all new agents. So
welcome, you guys.
And welcome to all of our new family members. We didn't have any out of the 29 in this beautiful Lakeridge office. That's crazy.
I know.
I was going to see if we had new family members for them.
New family members here we could recognize.
But
so Donnie and I have had a fun time over the last week visiting all of our offices.
We are
holiday
off to
parties.
a running start. It's been fantastic.
We are. So we've got some coming up. We've already been to Fairfax, Clarksville, and White Marsh, and DC, and Gainesville, and Silver Spring as of yesterday.
Yes.
Wow, it feels like we haven't been to that many. We have.
Yeah.
We have.
We've been off and running. It's been awesome.
It's been fun. Today's resting for anybody that's out in the Reston area.
This afternoon during the happy hour time period, 2 to 6 p.m. And then tomorrow, Waldorf, which will be Waldorf National Harbor, will be our Waldorf office. Next week.
We are taking the weekend off.
Yes, we're going to take the weekend off.
Just FYI.
Friday and the weekend. Then we've got
Friday and the weekend.
Tysons, Bowie, Arlington, Charlestown, Lake Ridge.
We're back here next Friday, yeah.
Alexandria, Stafford, Fredericksburg, Gaithersburg, Frederick, and Richmond. So great stuff. And we really want to keep promoting this because we love being out. We love seeing everybody. We want you all to come. Try to get there if at all possible. There's more food than you can eat. I'm gaining so much weight just in 8 days already.
Y'all might see me keep pulling up my pants. I went and bought another size pants.
Oh, no.
Just for fat pants, just so I could eat a little bit more at these parties.
Did you really? Mm-hmm. Is that really a thing?
That's really a thing.
That's funny.
I was at Costco, and I'm like, ooh, these are stretchy pants. And I bought them.
I'm not so sure you should.
I don't care.
Admit that.
Don't care.
I tell myself every time, like, just one plate. And then my third plate, I'm going back.
Dude, yesterday I skipped the food. I skipped the food yesterday, went straight to the cake.
We look over, she's cut this big slab of cake, and she sits over, and Bobby and I are like, you're backwards. She's like, do you know me? I'm starting with cake. Let's go.
Look, yesterday I had a moment. I started my day with a couple gingerbread men. So for anybody that's been watching my Facebook page, my son and I attempted to make gingerbread men. They do taste much better than they look. They were super cute, but the icing just kept. So you pick it up, and it's like the gingerbread cookie, and then the icing goes whoop in a big circle. So I had a couple for breakfast with my coffee. They were great. I might have had a couple on the drive to Springfield, or to Silver Spring. And then I had cake. Eat dessert first, all the time. Lynn, this is why you and I get along.
This is why Lynn's the head trainer.
It's always eat dessert first.
Eat dessert first.
And truth be told, really, the dessert is really the best part of the meal. You just eat the other crap to justify eating the dessert.
Exactly.
So if you eat it backwards, you start with the good stuff.
There you go, right?
You then eat the stuff that fills you up, and then really, who really needs the lettuce? Let's be real.
There you go. I love it.
Thank you. I am putting that is called self-care, for those of you at home. So for any of you that say, Sarah, how do you take care of yourself? I eat dessert first.
There you go.
And drink coffee.
So please try to get out. We'd love to see you at all these different holiday parties. Come to multiples
and we're having
if
fun.
You want,
They played left, right, center last night after you left. That was a happening.
Oh,
that was
I saw that.
rotation.
Pictures around the table. I missed
Yeah,
it.
you guys had the raffle and some games. We've done white elephant
we
gifts.
We had bingos. We had lots
and not
of
for
stuff.
nothing. There's a new rule. Y'all stop stealing stuff from me. Every single
Sarah
time.
legit was gonna cry. I think she was
I
so
was
upset
like,
and way
for the love. I got my $50. I have $50 gift card. Somebody brought in a massage gun, like one of those.
Yesterday?
Yes. I didn't want that. I just wanted the $50 gift card. Y'all stole it, and it died.
What'd you end up with?
Your chocolates.
Yes.
But I got scratch off and gift cards, so I'm going to stick those
funny.
in my kid's stocking, and we're going to call that a twofer.
That's funny.
Yes.
All right. So today, after the sales meeting, I'm going to be down at
Yes.
Old Hickory Club right down the street. So if you have anybody in the area that wants to learn about Samson, I'd love to see them. Feed them a good lunch at Old Hickory Golf Club, 12 to 2:30, talk all things.
And I do think there's a couple of seats, so if anybody out there is listening and you have a friend and you haven't RSVP'd, or if you're new to Samson and you have not sat through one of the lunch and learns to figure out a lot of Donny talking
the way
about
you
all the
said
things.
sat through, I feel like you were going to make a joke about how much I talk. I'm not sure.
Well, I carried on to say and not heard all the Donny talking about all the things. I was trying to be nice today. Go ahead and come on down and take a look. I do think we have a couple of seats.
There you go. Next week, we will be in our beautiful Gaithersburg, Rio office. So we're going to do our sales meeting in Rio, and then we walk across the street, almost shares a parking lot there at Gaithersburg Marriott for a lunch and learn there on the 14th. Then my last lunch and learn of the year is in Richmond. So I'll be down there in 2 weeks, down at the West End in Richmond.
Day.
So we'll do the lunch and learn down there, and then we'll also have the holiday party that day. So yeah, double booked. That's smart.
That was smart.
Starting off the new year, just to make that announcement now, our first sales meeting for Virginia and for our company coming back out of the new year will be in Alexandria. Beautiful conference room out there. Jess is probably just finding out about it now. Sorry.
Jess goes, woot, woot.
I'm not good at telling everybody. Okay,
nice.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for that, Jess.
Glad we're a well-oiled machine up here, so I'm glad. That means we got it. Good. So January 4th in the morning we'll have the sales meeting, and then we're actually, I believe, going to do the lunch and learn at the office this time because it's so beautiful. We'll have it catered in. But that conference room is so nice, and it's just the perfect place to do it. So we're going to do that there that day as well. So leading you off with what we have started after the new year.
So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on our Samson weeks of giving that we've had. Several of you probably saw some all-call emails out me frantic the other day saying we still have kids that we need to take care of. Well, you guys answered the call.
There weren't any on there. I didn't know how to do it.
Ah, beautiful. If there were none on there when you clicked on the link, it means they got cleared and bought.
Yeah.
So everything got cleared. So we're going to give you a little bit.
I correct that. Meredith was in there, so I think that there was
Meredith
empty.
knows
She
how to
was
do
telling
it.
me
It's not technical. If it was Donny, we could say technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But with Meredith, she's got shopping down. So here is some pictures of some of the events that we've done. We collected school supplies. We put together Thanksgiving meals for families. All in all, a little bit of a snapshot of what we've done. We've done 15,000 meals through Generosity Feeds. We collected $620 for you guys throwing balls at Donny in the dunk tank. So that means a lot of you really wanted to dunk him. I love it. Next year we're going for 1,000.
If it was nicer weather, we would have collected even more money.
Absolutely.
We only stay up there longer. Lynn was first in line. That's the annoying
Lynn
thing.
was running with her Benjamin.
I want at this.
So just letting you know, again, we also collected canned foods for the canned food drive for Hope Multiplied. At the festival, we collected 716 cans. We packed 100 Thanksgiving meals for families in Reston, Herndon, Leesburg, Chantilly, and Manassas. We packed 100 school supplies packs, full school supply packs for the rest of the year for the county schools of Montgomery County and PG. We did 25 family military care packs that we sent overseas for our military men and women serving. We did 30 full families. That equated to well over 100 gifts that we purchased, over 100 items, not just 100 kids. It was well over 100 items to support the needs of those 30 families, including we did hats, coats, and gloves for them. We did sheets. We did other things the families needed. We did gift cards for grocery and things like that as well that you guys did not necessarily all participate in with the links, but many people dropped off checks. So we took care of all of the families in that pre-DC school system. And then we are still tallying the tremendous amount of hats, coats, and gloves that have come in. And we will have a tally for you shortly on how many families we were able to impact just with the hats, coats, and gloves. There are boxes and bags of coats in the office everywhere. Chris's office, we are now literally going to move them into another office because her office is completely overwhelmed with all the presents. So thank you so very, very much. You guys answered the call tremendously. We appreciate it. Next year, we're going to do twice as much.
You guys are rock stars.
Absolutely.
Thank you to everybody out there watching. You know, and Samson Cares, it's really just about us trying to bond together and help all those around us that need the help, especially during this holiday season.
And
so it was awesome.
And
awesome
it's important,
support.
too, you know, you look at the number and it's like 30 families, and some people are like, well, is that it? Well, it's not just the kids. It's the moms, it's the dads, it's the brothers, it's the sisters, it's the entire family, and making sure that that entire family has an experience. Many of these families are also fostering other siblings or other family members as well in the inner city DC program that we're working with. So we impacted a tremendous amount of people through our week of giving. So thank you so much for being so generous.
Yeah, good stuff. And we don't do this for any accolades, obviously, but we are on Tuesday, and we'll put some stuff out when it comes. But we just go by NVAR. They have a one of their installations for new officers and all that. And Samson Properties won the Broker Spirit Award for all of our giving and all the things we do in the community.
For all the things you guys are doing in the
congratulations to all of
community,
you all out there for doing that. Sarah and I just get to be the people that get to go and get an award, but you guys do all the hard work, so thank you so much.
I get to be the pretty face, and Donny gets to go with me.
Wait a minute. I'm pretty. I'm not pretty. All right. So on to more work topics.
Yes.
Just another reminder, we sent an email about this, but we're changing effective January 1. Obviously, you can start to do these now, but the post office made a change and some of the printers and things that we're changing up. We're going to do 200 now postcards for free for every just listed, and 200 postcards for every open house. So you have to do anything that's going through our mailing, minimum of 200 now for post app.
And as much as we like to change things around and add things too, this is a post office requirement for what their processing levels are. So just FYI, this is not just Samson changing things to make things confusing for you. This is us complying with the post office requirements for the postal system.
And we're working on some things that will help speed up our systems even more. And some of that comes with new printing machines that are going to go right to postal quicker. So we want to be able to serve everybody better. But 200 is our minimums going forward, and that's what we're going to give you free for just listeds and open houses.
Yeah, since we're talking about office stuff real quick.
Say.
Oh, look at you. Since we're, not that we have the same brain that we've done this enough, just because we have sent out an email, many of you know or have driven by Chantilly and see the big, huge,
it's not
ginormous banner that takes up a third of our building.
A third.
It's a large banner. I might exaggerate a little, but it's a large banner. We are moving. We're moving over to join. Right, the fish starting. We are moving over to join Cardinal in the Park Meadow building, but we are going to stay put in Chantilly through January. We're not going to move now until our new official start date is going to be February 1 in our new space. We're going to take some time over January.
We're hoping mid to end, but let's just say February 1.
We need to get the construction finished without disrupting operations too much inside of the new space, and then this just allows our people to continue working with minimal disruption.
So that's new news to a lot of people,
but
I think we may have. I don't even know. I know we sent an email, but
we did.
But some people, I don't even know if we've said it as this means poor, but it's going to be awesome. If anybody's been to the Cardinal Chantilly headquarters, they've been there almost 2 years now, believe it or not, right, Carrie? It was January 21. Was it you?
No.
It was January 21. So it's just first class, Class A. It's going to be beautiful.
Great space.
We're going to have the whole 5th floor, 26,000 square feet. It's going to have some signs you can see from 28, which is going to be awesome. So I think it'll be a step up in our facilities. Our studio is going to be really nice. It's closed in. No more walking through classes. You can actually be focused and distract, and if Justin's going to love that. We're in the middle of videoing. People walk through. They start yelling and
they're
talking.
Yelling behind us, and we're like, what the heck? I'm talking here.
So we'll have a really nice studio where we can tape classes and sales meetings, and Justin will be able to set up more permanent rotation. He's saying even maybe some mics from the ceilings, maybe stuff like that, where we don't have to be mic'd up all the time, which is cool.
Look, we're
getting fancy,
fancy
like Applebee's on a date night. That's a song.
Really?
Yeah. Nobody's heard Fancy Like? Come on.
No, Fancy like Applebee's.
There's a whole dance.
On a
like an Oreo shake. On my TikTok, I could pull it up, but I forget the dance now.
Fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
The show is called Fancy Like, or the song is called Fancy Like, and the main line is Fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Okay, forget it. It's a country song.
That is why I would not have heard it.
Anyway, we are moving over. We're going to be very fancy like. We're excited about the new office, but it's probably pushed into through January to February 1.
January just to keep everything up and running. So if you're still looking for accounting and compliance and everybody, we're still going to be in Chantilly through January. We're going to be sending out messages as we go along as to which department's moving over when. Just makes things a little easier for us.
Yes.
Yep.
Next thing we want to talk to, I'll keep you up to date. If this would keep moving.
You up to date? Did you break it again?
Start talking.
Okay, so orientations next. So as we go through December, we've already done a couple of these, but we've got orientations coming through the rest of December, and I think some through January already planned on here. Guys, orientations is all about you learning who to call within Samson when you need something and the different tools and resources that we have available. So if you have not been to an orientation, we're always changing things. So if you haven't been to one in 6 months, or you've been out, or you're brand new to the company, or heck, some of us take a little bit of time off. We actually have a life and we come back and we sell real estate and we don't know what's available to us. Hit one of these orientations. They have them in person. They also have them online virtually. They're also in Samson University so that you can take a look at them. Watch the orientation because it is the newest information on all the tools, resources, and people that we have inside of Samson to help you grow
And
your
our
business.
agent service specialists are our rock stars here.
Fantastic.
They're great in our company. They're great. I think I saw Shannon peeking around the corner earlier. But not only do they do the orientations, but you get to know them because they're your go-to people if you have all these questions.
They're your
any
lifeline.
questions.
That's your
Lifeline.
first call a friend.
You got using
Me
my,
is not
use-
call a friend.
Using my joke. Me
Agent,
is
me is not your friend. No, I am your friend.
You
Do not call me with all of your questions. Your agent service specialist is your best
You're talking
resource.
like Yoda voice now? Me is not a friend.
Me is not a friend.
What is you?
Wait a minute. Not your friend. I am. Thank you. I was like, not your friend. I am. Ooh, look at that.
You okay?
That's like a whole like dig, and you didn't. Not your friend. I am.
Yeah, how much sinus infection money or medicine are you on?
I am on a lot of medicine. Yes. I may
Not-
have doubled the dose just to make sure that I stay non.
So you're
that.
like, so you're just like a little drunk?
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Maybe.
I think. All right. So let's. With that, we're gonna bring up Miss Lindsay and Mr. Hubbard. I saw you guys hiding back there.
Hello, friends.
Do you have our friends from Cardinal Title Group here? There you go. Come on down.
Come
You're the
on
next
up,
contestant on
JR.
The Price is Right. Get an update on the title world.
Carrie, you're looking all festive today.
Thank you.
See, she wore
Kinda
red.
red.
A red hat
red.
would look beautiful
Close
with her
enough,
jacket.
right?
Close enough
A
for
red
government
hat?
work.
Well,
Yeah,
they
if
said
you
we should
squint
have had
your
hats
eyes.
on this morning.
Oh, I like it.
All right.
Yeah. That
And then
sounds
Donnie was
dreamy.
afraid it would mess up his hair.
I didn't
Oh.
even say that. I mean, it's true, but I didn't say that.
Everybody knew.
I have a lunch and learn after this. I got to be on my game, you know?
Right.
You could wear a hat at the lunch and learn.
I could.
You could show your festive spirit.
All right, let's move on.
Too much? Too much. Too much focus.
Too much.
How are y'all? How's everything?
Too much of this, more of this.
Ooh.
I'm joking.
That was funny.
Thank you. How are we doing?
That was a good one.
We're good.
Great.
Good. Did you still want this graphic up? I meant to ask you before. You did that last sales meeting, but it was still in there.
Ah,
Oh.
Still really good.
Yeah,
we love it.
it is a good
we'll take
graphic.
it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, since we're on it, on the subject, remember to send in your surveys if you
Remember
have
to
a good
send in your
experience.
surveys. Yes. So
Yeah.
Qualia sends out surveys every time, right, to people?
Yes.
So we'd love to have you guys fill out those. It goes to your clients as well. So we'd love to have those.
You know, good, bad. If you have, you know.
Oh,
Not
bad.
bad. There are
Well,
no
I mean,
bad.
If they're
It-
bad,
that
call
is-
Reed.
There's no
If they're
bad.
I
good,
mean, it's
fill out
not
the
our
survey.
fault, but
It's not our fault.
if there's anything we could possibly do to help,
We
make
are
your
really on
experience
top
better.
of it this morning. Donnie's not my friend, and we're bad.
Well,
No, we're great.
we really look at those surveys, and we are having some Cardinal Awards next week at our holiday
that's
party.
fun.
And one of the awards is
Am
the
I
person
eligible?
who's gotten
No.
the. Well, if you had a lot of Qualia surveys, you would be, because one of the awards is the person who's gotten the highest rating in Qualia. So we.
All right, Van, I promise.
tabulated
I'm
it.
going back through my email, and I'm looking right
Yeah,
now.
you got to work. Inflate
We
those
are really
numbers.
excited to give this person an award, and they're also getting a nice cash award. So
Oh.
we're really happy for
Cash
this.
So
award.
everybody
Awards
go
for
back
this
in and
person.
fill out positive surveys on all
Yes,
your
on
favorite Cardinal people.
That's right. Too late, but for next
Yeah,
year,
we'll
we'll
have-
definitely do it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Actually,
Van, I suck.
wait till next week.
Yes.
Too late. Sarah, you let Van down.
I'll let Van. I'll send you a gift basket.
Touche.
Oh, we've had a great year. Thank you, everybody, for your support. We've got a lot of new and exciting things happening in the new year, too. And we're excited to be neighbors again with Samson. We'll
Yes.
be on the floor above us. So that's going to be an awesome start to the new year.
they don't know we're going to make a lot of noise on top of them. They've had an empty.
It's all right.
They've been so quiet.
It's been.
We've decided to move our print center into our building. Whoop, whoop.
Hey,
It's right over top of Reed's office.
hey, that's fine.
It's,
No, I'm teasing.
It's not over top of your office.
That's
we actually
the first
did
question
check.
I asked.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
who's underneath the print center?
And are the people across the hall from us?
Kitchen.
No, it's
not
the
Cardinal? Okay.
I think it's the
It's
kitchen.
the kitchen.
Or maybe the other office, but it's about right around that area. We'll see
Okay.
exactly where, but you'll be fine.
Well, that's
Okay,
exciting.
We can work with that.
Glad to find that out here on camera.
Hey, look, we find a lot of things out here.
Touche.
Jeff finds out we're coming to her office, whatever.
Hey, surprise. A few like housekeeping things when it comes to settlements. If you all have any special requests, if you can't close at one of our offices or you have clients who require a certain language or anything like that, we do everything in our power to accommodate. The sooner the better that we find out. You know, it's ideal. But like I said, if your clients need to close at 5 p.m. or if they need,
What was
you
an
know,
alarm for?
us to go to them,
Sign up for the class at the gym.
My
That's
bad,
awesome.
Reed. Go ahead.
you're good.
Sorry, we're
Just
distracted.
if there's anything abnormal or just any special requests that you all have for your clients for us to better accommodate them at settlement or a certain language that they prefer or anything like that, just let us know as soon as possible. We do everything in our power to accommodate. Also, if your contract gets canceled at some point during the process, if you can let us know as soon as that happens. Sometimes we're finding out
So important, people.
further
You gotta
along
let
in the
title
game.
people know.
And we continue to do work if we assume that it's still happening, and so
And pay for stuff.
right, it saves us time and money if we can find that out as soon as possible. And we usually do, but sometimes things fall through the cracks, and we understand that. But if you all could just let us know as soon as that happens, hopefully that never happens to anyone, but it does. And
And if it's iffy, let us know that too, because we
Right.
can hold the survey, because the survey is something they might have to pay for even if it doesn't close. So if it's iffy and you think it might not close, let us know that, because we can pause certain things that your client might have to pay for.
Definitely. Definitely.
Oh, we have a Thursday. We have a lunch and legal.
yes, December 15th.
Is that the last one for the year?
I think so.
I think it is.
Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Lunch
Next
and
Yes,
Thursday, I'm
this
assuming
is
that's
the last
Bruce?
one. That's
It's Bruce.
Bruce.
He'll be in
That-
DC.
Next Thursday, so lunch and legal. So you
And
don't.
anyone's invited.
Anyone's invited. Me?
Anyone?
Can I come?
Sure. I'm
Awesome.
sure they'd love to
Definitely,
see
you're
you.
Sounds like lunch and legal. Feed you free lunch. We
Yes.
give lots of free lunches. I've figured out as I look around. So
Donny and I are
every
eating
day you
3
can
times a
eat
day. It's
somewhere.
fantastic.
Yeah, you can eat
somewhere
somewhere.
at Samson.
Right.
The last one in DC was really well attended. People love the information provided, so I expect this one to be just as good, if not better.
And we're going to continue this into the new year as well, and we'll update with dates and everything like that once we have them.
Yeah, I know Scott was down in Charlestown on Monday. He
Yes.
was down there and he was doing a class talking to everybody about all the fun legal stuff and Cardinal Title stuff down there. So it was good stuff.
Yep.
Any questions for our friends Carrie and Reed? Anything Cardinal related or just, overall?
Comments, questions,
Comments,
concerns,
questions?
ideas?
Hold on, let me get. There you go.
This is just a thank you. I want to thank you for closing me on the 30th of November, because I know that's not always easy, especially after a holiday. Everything was on time. Everything was efficient. I want to thank you.
Ah, there
Thank
you
you.
go.
Thank you
I
very
think you're
much.
just giving thank you out there. I like it. I like
Love
it.
that.
Thank you.
Love
Appreciate
that.
it.
There you go. Thank you for your continued support. We get to read your name probably later, I'm guessing.
There's a microphone.
Uh-oh, give it back.
Question or a comment?
Question
Okay.
on
Is it
the
just a
lunch and
thank you
legal.
again?
Hey, Stephanie, they like her better.
First, thank you.
Thank you.
There
You
you
guys
go.
are always amazing. So thank you, thank you. But about the lunch and legal, so when they're in the different locations like DC or Charlestown, are those like state specific for those, or are they just
Don't answer. You don't
overall?
have a mic. Let her.
In DC, it's more DC and Maryland focused. There are some topics that cover multiple jurisdictions, but DC is more Maryland, DC focused. They also touch on TOPA, which is really a DC thing, not a Maryland thing. And same thing in Charlestown, Scott spoke about Virginia and a few West Virginia topics, but those topics are more overlapping.
Good question.
And if you have any questions ahead of time and you kind of want to know what is going to be discussed or anything like that, we could kind of provide you a rough outline and give you information if you are worried that it may not pertain to your area or things like that. We can provide you with
They're
whatever.
also always open for Q&As.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
It's not like
Yeah.
they can't
Right.
answer anything, and if they can't, then they'll call somebody
Right.
back
You
there.
know,
that
Bruce may not be
fits
able.
that jurisdiction.
Well, I was going to Bruce may not
Best
be able
for,
to
like,
answer
West
West
Virginia,
Virginia,
but-
but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do a great job. But
Yeah, if you're also
Thank
a
you for
Virginia
taking
agent,
something.
Right,
it
that's
probably
what we all
doesn't make
do.
sense. Like if you're a Virginia agent, you should go to one of the ones in Virginia. I wouldn't go to the DC one if you're never going to do Maryland or DC.
unless you want a free lunch.
Yeah,
There you go. Got that
free
going
lunch.
for you.
That's right.
Maybe we should start broadcasting the menu before of these. Yes.
I think it's Panera generally. It's
Panera
been a lot of
generally?
Panera. Yeah.
Okay.
Panera. Okay.
Yeah, love Panera. Yeah.
There's Panera in the kitchen
Panera
back
in the
there.
kitchen back
Oh,
there.
see?
There you go.
Samson loves
Evidently,
Panera.
we have like stock in Panera.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Any other thoughts or questions for Cardinal? Oh, Mr. Chris in the back.
Mr. CJ
Oh,
DiNapoli.
he's got one. He's got one.
You're compelled.
Uh-oh.
Here he
I
goes.
love it
Coming
when
up.
CJ
Here
gets
we go.
compelled.
Uh-oh.
Christopher John's coming on up.
Good to see you.
Okay, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Chris DiNapoli. I'm the broker and the manager here at Lake Ridge.
Woohoo! Yes!
Right.
Several weeks ago,
That dude.
we had a luncheon, legal, I think it's called, legal.
I think it was a Lunch and Learn, the one
Lunch-
that was here, the official title Lunch and Learn.
There was a gentleman by the name of Scott Lee that was here. We went over a lot of interesting facts and articles, and one thing that really stuck out to me is the people that we have in this brokerage. There's almost 400 agents here. And many of you, I'm not pointing at any fingers, okay, are not.
But yet he is.
They're not using Cardinal Title. I know it's a touchy subject. I don't have a problem saying it. We need to use Cardinal Title, okay? We need to. We just can't keep going forward without using Cardinal Title. It's super important. They keep the lights on. They pay the bills. They pay for everything for us. I mean, what are we paying? $50 a month to be in this great brokerage, to be in this great company? We need to use Cardinal Title. So please, I'm almost begging. Use Cardinal Title. They're the best. They are the best title company I've ever worked with. I've never worked with a better title company. So it's really important, and it's our family. We have to take care of our family. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm done now. I'll leave you alone.
Thanks,
Chris, the man.
Thank
The
you.
man.
Thank you, Christopher.
Donnie's red in the face
I don't
now.
think we can follow that. It's just
Yeah.
a mic
Mic
drop.
drop.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris. We really appreciate
You
that.
didn't do the leg.
Thank you.
Mic
I
drop.
didn't do the. No, I did not do the leg. But, yeah, and look, and Chris is 100% right, and I appreciate all the support.
Yeah.
But the thing that he said at the end, the best title company is that's a real thing. And Carrie and Reed have helped lead, and we've got a bunch of people, great ladies and men upstairs and all over our footprint that do a fantastic job at Cardinal, and that's what we were talking about earlier with the review. So if you haven't used them in a while, give it another chance. They will blow you away with great service, and we'll take
Absolutely.
good care of you. So.
Thank you for the commercial, Chris.
Yes, thank you.
And we really do have the best people in the title industry. All the best people now work at Cardinal. And I do want to mention 3 all-star
because we
people
stole
here.
them.
Yes, we did steal them.
We did.
Very successfully.
Yes.
And we have an all-star team here at this office too. Ruby, Nikki, and Mary are just phenomenal, and we are so happy to have them here. They can answer any question you have right in the office, right upstairs. So please don't hesitate to ask them if you need help with something or have questions. We really do have a rock star team here.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All good?
I think
All right.
so.
Smell you later.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll be
Did you
wait-
just
I'll
say
be-
smell you later?
Yeah, it's Bart. It's Bart Simpson. You know,
How
No?
old are you?
I'm 42. Bart Simpson was right in my wheelhouse, though.
I don't even have a follow-up to that.
Eat my shorts, man. All right.
Evidently, that too is Bart Simpson.
Carol really liked that one, I think. All right.
Are you a closet Bart Simpson fan? She said yes, we used to watch.
Do you want to know something crazy?
It's the
I
reason why
found
she's laughing her gut off.
I
up
found
here.
the other day that Simpsons is still on the air, like producing new episodes. It's
How was that pop?
It's the longest running TV
serious?
show ever, Justin said. It's got to be 35, 40 years now.
It's mindless.
But it's the longest concurrently running series ever.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely mindless.
Have you watched it? It's fantastic. All right. I haven't watched one in a long time, but we haven't. There you go. Lynn said there's a good
All
one, real
right,
estate
maybe I'll have to
agent.
Google that.
Do we have any first tiers loan officers that want to come up and get stuff thrown at them?
Yes.
There you go. Come on down. You're the next contestant on
Tell
The
them-
Price is Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you were hiding back there. There you
She's
go.
like, I'm going to come now that he comes. That's hilarious. Here you go.
You can hold one. You can hold one, Mariel.
I'm actually prepared with that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Notes. That's very small writing. Can
If
you
I
read
miss
that?
anything, let me know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
a
Mike
big...
Gott. How is everybody
That's a really
today?
small
This is
print.
Mariel
Mariel.
Hey.
Welcome.
So, first up, rates, right?
Who has
We've-
questions about rates?
We've seen
Yeah.
some relief in rates. We're getting
That's
favorable.
some good news for
That's
once,
good,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Favorable inflation reports coming our way, and we've seen probably a 0.5% in the rate, on a 30-year fixed. Right now, national average is probably right around 3 3/8.
Not 3 3/8. 6.
Or sorry, 6 3/8.
Wrong year, friends.
Sorry.
3 3/8. We're coming back.
Sorry.
Woo! That market
No,
is back,
that-
baby.
Wrong year.
I'm stuck in 2020.
You got to
Sorry.
call
Yeah,
Mike to get
2020,
the 3
Six
3/8.
3/8. One thing that kind of on the rate topic, we've got a new jumbo 7-1 arm that is priced very aggressively, rates as low as 5 1/4. It's for
Killing it.
primary residence and second homes, and it's but it
5
but it is
1/4? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
actually,
great.
actually
That's
an
not bad at all.
exclusive
yeah.
There you go.
with investor.
Yeah, it's
good
jumbo
stuff.
too, so we've got to be at least $1 in loan amount, $1 over the conforming limit. But speaking
Which
of loan
changed,
limits,
yeah.
yeah,
Changed, right.
loan limits. So our conforming loan limits for 2023, the national limit is going to go to 726,300, and that's up from 647,200. So
It's a big jump.
$89,000
It
increase.
keeps increasing every year, so it's really great for us.
And we're a high cost, high balance area for conventional loans. So that high limit, which basically kind of encompasses our entire DMV area, is 1,089,300 this coming year. So just for some perspective, here's some numbers. So with those new loan limits, right, a buyer can purchase up to a sales price of $748,660 with as little as 3% down.
That's awesome.
A buyer in
Knock it
the
off for
high
that,
balance,
yeah.
in the high balance, with the new high balance, a buyer can do as little as 5% down, and that would be equivalent to a sales price of $1,146,632.
There you go.
So you're talking, we're pushing, arguably pushing 1.15.
And still being able to do 5%.
And be able to do 5% down.
That's
On a
great.
conventional loan. So
That's great.
that's going to get many more buyers, into homes and qualifying. You probably heard 2-1 buy down product. It's getting a lot of buzz. Essentially, you take your 30-year fixed rate, and we're conventional or the government loans, and you're doing a 2% reduction in the first year, a 1% reduction in the second year, and then years 3 through 30 are at the higher note rate. Buyer has to qualify at that higher note rate, and then one thing that's most important is that cost of the buy down must be paid by the seller or the builder.
But when you think about that, so it's like you said it was 6 3/8 was maybe the average right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I got the seller to pay the $10,000 or $12,000 or whatever it is for the 2-1 buy down, that means I'm going to have a 4 3/8 loan for the first year, 5 3/8 for the second year. Well, look, guys, I think most reasonable people think that rates are going to adjust down into those 5s again, hopefully within 2 years. Well, now you can maybe go and refinance and lock into that 5. 5, 5.5, whatever it is, and we sink down a little bit. And we've already sank 0.5% already recently down to the lower 6s. Like if we get down to those 5s, or heaven forbid the hopper 4s again someday in the next year or two, then you can always refinance. But you get that 2 years of a lower locked-in rate, which is great. And the other thing that I've heard, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, that okay, so if you do refinance after a year and you still have all this leftover credit because you didn't use both years of the buy down, that credit can be used and turned back into the next loan, right?
Exactly, yeah. Any kind of prorated, unused credit from that buy down can be used. Essentially, we present it as, hey, look at that as covering your cost in the refinance.
So you've got 2 years of a lower rate, 1 year of a super low rate, second year is still pretty good. If at any point during that time period those rates
And a
ease down,
potentially free refi.
right,
Yeah.
and then you potentially free refi with those extra funds rolled back into it. And worst case scenario, you have the locked in rate 2 years from now. If the rates just aren't any better, which I think they probably will be. So
Yeah,
it's a great
and
program.
your average kind of like seller credit to be able to do this, I mean, I think 2.5 is safe, but we're telling, hey, if you can get 3, they can allocate 2.5 of that credit for this buy down. And
So
the other
2.5% is,
Yeah.
so $500,000
sales
loans like
price.
12,500
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah.
Especially now that the seller subsidy is coming back, few years, like last 2 years, it was non-existent. But now we can take advantage of that and then sell it to that buyer and just keep going. So
More on affordability, and maybe you've heard the term marry the house, date the rate.
yeah,
Right. So First Heritage, we now have a program called Rate Rescue. So how Rate Rescue works is that you buy the home now, right, with the idea that, hey, you'll get to that lower payment when rates cycle through. But we at First Heritage want to be there to do the refinance. And if the buyer does the purchase loan with us, and I think there's a designated time frame, so it's
12
kind of like a
months.
special right now, right? Through March 31st, right? Purchase now, between now and March 31st, we will, when the opportunity comes to do the refinance, we will waive the lender fees on the refinance.
That's awesome.
so
That's awesome.
even less of a cost.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see, the last thing I had on here, Virginia Housing, real big on the buyer front. Virginia Housing just increased their maximum debt ratio for buyers up from 45% to 50%. And for those of you that have been around, we've been stuck at 45.
Forever.
And you know that in the standard conforming world, debt ratios can go up to 50. VHDA, or excuse me, Virginia Housing. I still say VHDA. Virginia Housing has, fallen in line essentially with what we're seeing go through automated underwriting and debt ratios up to 50. And they're doing that across the board on all the products, whether it's conventional, FHA, or VA.
So what that means for those that are like, what does that ratio mean? That's the, that's the percentage of what you bring in that they're allowing you to make in their mortgage payments. That's your debt to income ratio. So if you make $10,000, they're saying you can spend $4,500 of it. Well, now it's up to $5,000. You can spend towards your house payment. So
yeah, and that's
the quick 10-second what a ratio is.
Right, and it's been a that has kicked out numerous buyers, especially
with the rates go up,
yeah,
right?
The rise
Because
in
what
interest
used to be, you could have qualified this. Well, now all of a sudden, the rate changes, that payment changes a little bit, and you're over those ratios. So now kicking those ratios up is super beneficial.
Yep.
Especially because those first-time home buyers, they still don't necessarily have all the money to come up for the seller subsidy, like all the closing costs plus the down payment. So
Right.
we tend to use those programs for like first-time home buyers that, okay, we have the down payment assistance, we have the 100% financing. However, they tend to have higher rates. Therefore, because they kept going up and up and up, they were being shopped out because the DTI was lower and the rate was higher. But now Virginia Housing is just catching up. So it's just now their seller subsidies coming back. So it's your first-time home buyers are now a lot more attractive than your standard 5-10% down payment buyers. So if you want to kind of like reach out again and let them know, hey, we have new options.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Anything else, Mike?
Two other points real quick. Just we had a great portfolio, 7-1 ARM for investment property, second homes, and we want to be your go-to for anything bridge loan, construction, or renovation. Just know that we do offer those products as well.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any questions in the crowd?
Oh, we got.
Okay.
Can we get
Let me
them?
grab this one.
Yep.
I got you. I stole it from
Morning. I have a friend who's been here for 3 years, but she's on a work visa. She make enough money. Question is, can she take a mortgage with the work visa?
It will depend. Sorry, it will depend on which work visa and what employer. So, for example, if World Bank, there are specific employers that they can be a little tricky. But it depends on what kind of visa it is. Most likely will be conventional financing. And if they're on a contract or a salary, because when they usually come with work visa, they have a contract, right? Okay, I'm going to give you a contract for like 1, 2, 3, 5 years. We want at least a 3-year continuance on that employment, because if the contract runs out at year 3 and now they have to leave and I gave them a 30-year mortgage, then it gets tricky. So it just need to confirm what type of visa and what type of employment continuance they have.
So that would be a great question for you to call and set up your appointment with them.
Yeah.
And with your friend.
Thank you.
And sit down and chat. Yep. Any
Good
other
question,
questions?
Good question.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so
Thank
very,
you.
very
Spiders
much.
for First Heritage. And Muriel, I'm putting her on the spot, but she also speaks Espanol. So if you have any of these Espanol purchasers, we can help everybody at First Heritage Mortgage. So find a friend. If it's Mike or Muriel, great. But if not, we've got lots of great loan officers at First Heritage that can help you out.
We try to make all the people's find friends.
Yeah.
We want everybody to have a friend.
I need some friends.
You do need some friends.
Yes, thank you.
It's in the crowd.
KDV's in the crowd. All right, so I'm going to give speaking of which, I'm going to give a fourth quarter business building challenge update with our great Lynn Hamilton and everything going on here. So, we're clapping already for Lynn. There you go. Her fan club has spoken.
Fan club has come, yes.
So, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah, you are.
We've got our quarter 4 challenge list of participants. We had over 95 or 100 in the program now almost. We have almost 100
That's
people
fantastic,
doing the
you
program,
guys.
which is awesome.
100 people that want to take their business one step further at a minimum in the next year.
And they're doing even
And
better
they're
on the
doing
challenge.
the work.
Because our November numbers were 48% higher in points than October. So we are
Fantastic,
rocking
guys.
it. We are digging in.
Activity
Those point
breeds
challenges.
results.
Activity does breed results. So our top 10 point getters for the month of November, in no particular order.
She says.
Lourdes Rubio, Uniqua Powell in the corner over here. Teresa Schaefer, Pat Dinkins. I saw Pat. Jenny Killingsworth. Katie, why aren't you on here, Katie? You're slacking your points. Denise Watkins.
Katie, because I'm cheering everybody else on.
Simone Agasoye, Tiara Holston, Kanzada Colden, and Kate Snyder. So
Rock on, you guys.
all of you rocking it. What's really cool about that list, and this very good clapping there.
There was a
What's
loud
really
clapping.
cool about this list is that they're really spread out. So you don't have to. It's not just from Chantilly. These people are all over all of
over
our
the
footprint.
footprint.
In all the different areas. So you can participate no matter where you're at.
Aw, coming in
So
second place.
Second place.
Miss Teresa Schaefer.
Woo-hoo!
Wonderful. And the winner for November with a 30% increase over last month.
It's a familiar name.
Familiar name, Uniqua Powell, DC office. So I just want to point out.
She won in November and October.
She won in October and she won in November. I was going to do October twice. October and increased 30%. What do you guys think her business is going to look like in the next 30,
What is her
60,
business going to
90
look like
days?
in January, February, March?
Rock on, sister. Rock on.
There you go. That's her goal. I love it. I love it.
Rock on.
There you go.
A
Look
million
at that.
more. A million more.
A million more already. So
Rock on.
It's not. Yes, it's great to cheer and we're supporting each other, which is awesome stuff. But the true rewards are going to be in how much more business that they're going to see from this.
Let's be real.
Diving
She's
in.
making more connections and she's ching-ching in her bank account.
She's doing what?
Ching-ching in her bank account.
Do you think about the things you do before you
No.
do them? Okay.
No.
I'm just playing with you. That's
No.
fun. So great job, Uniqua, and everybody
Yes,
that's
great job.
participating. And look, even if we didn't call out your name, you doing the things that Lynn's teaching you every day are making you better. They're going
Yes.
to build a more successful business. So, great job to all of you for diving in and doing those things.
Guys, we get stuck. It's so easy to sit around and make all these excuses on why we're not going to do the things we need to do. We don't like it. We've got to do the laundry. The cat needs to go to the vet. The dog needs to go out. Oh, I'm just going to sit here today because it's raining and not do anything. People at home. Wink, wink, nod, nod. All right. But what I'm saying is that just the activities.
You'd have been sitting there too if I didn't make you get here.
Touche, friend, touche.
I'm just kidding.
However, just doing some of the things, just one thing more, doing the activities we know we've got to do, these are the things that are going to influx our business with more energy, more excitement, more referrals, more money, more families served. Yes, ma'am.
And spoiler alert, there were a couple that did not turn their sheets in only because
Katie
they
B.
ended up having buyer and seller listing appointments.
Oh,
So
there
there is
you go.
production that is already starting to
There
stir
you
because
go.
of
Those
this.
buyer and
So
seller
kudos
listings
to all of them.
already. It's a real thing.
Mentioning no names,
It's a
yes.
real thing, the success that comes from it.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
great job to all of you
Proud
diving
of all
in.
of you. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So,
during our holiday season, right, 'tis the season to be jolly, it's important to show gratitude. 5 important ways to show gratitude by Brian Tracy. Y'all all know Brian Tracy. He does a great job with motivating people as a coach and a motivational speaker. And there are 5 ways that he has outlined to really just let people know you care. Because at the end of the day, your clients want to know you're not just about the money, that you
I mean,
do
the money's
care,
good.
right?
I'm not going to lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Touche.
So, was that wrong?
No, but Maya Angelou said they'll forget, right? They're not going to forget how you make them feel, right? So it's very important, and I think we all know that. So here are 5 ways that you can impact immediately your friends, your family, your sphere, the people that you work with, the people that you know, just to let them know that you care.
So first one is be an active listener. Show respect and nurture important relationships. There's so much of, look, Sarah and I talk a lot. We know that, right? But, the first thing that you do when you sit down an appointment, the first thing when I sit down when I have a recruiter was I want to hear about them, and be an active listener. Look, sometimes we get, and look, I know I was guilty of this in listening presentations when I sit down, is I would sit down and the first thing I would do is I'm going to bowl through my 90 minutes of everything I
Oh
want
my
to tell
God,
you
do
about why
not
it's so
show
nice.
up and throw up.
You know, but
2 ears, 1 mouth, use them in that proportion.
so be an active listener, be engaged, try to sincerely care about what they have to say. So try to be sincere, but be an active listener.
I love this next one as well, and this one's hard for people. Accept constructive criticism.
We're gonna talk after. No, I'm just kidding.
I will accept it graciously. I might tell you where to stick it, but I'm going to accept it graciously. No, seriously. If people are willing to come to you with kindness and love and tell you something that you could do better or how you're making them feel and it's something that you're doing that might impact someone negatively, if they're showing that with love and grace, accept it with the same way because they care enough about you to make sure that you are a better person. So take every constructive criticism, right? Sometimes it's with a grain of salt, depending on the person, but accept it with kindness and grace and look introspectively about whether or not that somebody thinks something true and at least validate the fact, thank you so much for bringing this to me. I know this was hard for you to do. Let me put some thought into this. I really appreciate you. It's much better than go jump off a bridge.
Is that like
right?
yesterday when you guys were, Bobby was talking about how that I really should get a coach for my public speaking? He's like, what you really should get is you should get a public speaking coach. And I'm like, well, that's nice of you to say. Thank you. Thanks, Katie.
Sometimes look, Katie, we have got to take Donnie's head sometimes and make it really itty bitty.
So, no, I was joking, but it was constructive criticism.
But it is,
yesterday.
it's constructive criticism, and we all have it, right?
And
we all sway,
he was saying
we
that
all
love.
talk
He
too
had
loud.
some things. He's like, you should work on this and this. I was like, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
We
No,
all
I'm
have
still
things
doing
that
it.
we can
Still
do to
moving
be
my hands
better,
while I talk
right?
here,
So
but
be gracious.
that pay it forward, be a mentor. We didn't even pick this because it was one of our mantras. It's on our walls everywhere, but pay it forward. Have that give forward mentality. It's going to help you in so many ways in relationships and in life and show the gratitude that you need to other people.
I love this one too. We all have coworkers, we all have mentors, we all have friends, we all have people that have made a huge impact in our lives in one way or another. Thank them. How many times have you called a friend, a parent, a loved one, someone that helped give you a step
Sarah,
up along the way?
thank you for all your hard work
Thank
for
you,
Samson
Dee.
Properties.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Dee. But we all have those people. It means so much when you take your 5 seconds out of your day and you call and just say, I appreciate you, thank you so much.
I'm good for a while after that. Thank you, right? I don't have to do it again for a little while.
You've earned yourself a good 10 minutes. But seriously, in all seriousness, call them, tell them you appreciate them, tell them you love them, thank them for everything that they've done for you. It will be monumental in their lives. So I challenge you, call 10 people between now and the end of the week. Tell them you appreciate them. Tell them thank you.
Reflect on your journey. This is, and you know, it's a cool thing to think back on of people that have helped you along the way, and to sit back in that whole thing of thanking them and thinking about sometimes we don't worry about what's right in front of us. We worry and we're upset about whatever today's obstacle is, but we don't sit back and we don't have that heart of gratitude and thinking about how we've gotten to where we are and all the great blessings we have.
And how much you've accomplished.
And how, not me, but us in general. But all the great things the gratitude that's come to us and all the things that have blessed us along the way and to reflect on that journey and thank those people that helped us get there. You know, so it's a good practice to get through. And it's not about, okay, I'm gonna get some business from them, but you're gonna be lifted up in lots of ways if you think about these 5 things during this time of gratitude, this time of togetherness.
And nobody's gotten where they are on their own, ever. Be genuine.
That's true.
All
Good
right.
point. So
We've
some
got all
other
kinds of
some
classes
other
coming
things
up.
upcoming. So we have one more marketing education day. It's in Gainesville next Thursday. Is the 15th. These are great guys, and we always have one-on-ones if you can't make it. But the social media training, the print center, the Canvas training, the I'm forgetting 1 or 2 there.
Social media, Canva, marketing, branding, and print.
So I got most of those.
You got
Branding.
most of them.
The idea is this. Look, it's easy to say, look, I'm going to chill for the holidays. I'll hit it again. But the stuff you can learn now when you don't have as many transactions and as many clients going on is diving back in your database, doing these things of gratitude, but also thinking about that marketing. Maybe you're like, I really should get better at social media.
Oh,
I
wait,
really
I
want to
fell
do this
off the
print.
wheel doing my newsletter.
Fall off the wheel?
I fell off the wheel, the wagon wheel. Wagon. I fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
I was thinking hamsters on the wheel.
Falling off the wheel is
I
not
fell
a
off
term.
the wagon.
It's not a term. That's not even one of those southern
So
ones.
get back on the wheel. Yeah.
Sometimes she makes up some southern terms, but that one's
That
just
one
not
was
a
not
term
one of them.
anywhere.
That was the wrong word.
No, but sometimes there's things that You're like, you know what, I really should be doing our print center, but I just haven't dove in and learned it. Well, learn it, and look, it's super easy to do, but go to one of these classes. You're going to be better for it, I promise. You're going to gain a new perspective. And November and December, these are the great times to set yourself up so you can hit the next year running. Some maybe had great results this year that you were happy with, but most people maybe didn't quite have the results that they were hoping for. Well, look, then dig deep and take the business challenge, do the things we're talking about, take new classes, and the Institute, maybe even if it's just one new marketing thing you're going to do next year. You don't have to do all the things we talk about.
Right.
But if you do one or two things, you're like, I'm going to do better at this year. I'm going to be consistent with this. You're going to see the fruit from that.
December 19th through the 23rd, Lori is going to do an entire KV
There he goes. Like I was
core
queuing up
reboot.
for it. I didn't even know.
You were. So KV, look, guys, you knock the elephant down by taking one bite at a time, right? KV Core is a just be quiet and go with it.
You're just messing up every slogan.
Just go with it.
You knock the elephant down one bite at a time.
You eat it one bite at a time.
You eat the elephant.
That's what I said. You knock it down, whatever.
You knock it down.
Just be quiet. Right? Exactly. When you eat it, it falls over. But the point is, KV Core is a big monstrosity of a machine, right? And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Technology is overwhelming to a lot of people. Little bits at a time will help you go a long way. So take the reboot class if you haven't already dove into KV Core. If you haven't already started, go ahead and make sure your account's set up. Start doing your database, putting that together in preparation for the class, and just do a little bit each day. She's going to walk you through it in a hands-on workshop, just like she does in her workshops now that are on the Cardinal Nest and in Samson University. But this is a dedicated effort to do just these things each day to help make sure that your KV Core is set and ready for the new year.
Look, I got news for you. There's 20 different things you can do here. Just one that I want to elaborate on is market snapshots. Look, nobody, the camera can only see Sarah and I right now, I think, so you're only going to expose yourself to here. Raise your hand if you actually have more than 10 market snapshots going out a month within your KV Core system.
Oh, that's 2.
Unique one because she wins every award we've got here. And Sarah, okay? When I got done selling, when I moved into management in 2016, I had 450 people getting a market snapshot every month. And I used to pay $150 a month for that service. You have to set everybody up one time. I set up Chris. I get Chris Napoli. I need his email address and his address. You know what he's going to get forever and ever after that? A monthly report branded with my face, my information, and a market report of what's going on around him. Look, that's super valuable. There were a lot of things I didn't do great in real estate, okay? But I would get an email all the time, every couple months. I'll never forget one of them. Ling G, bless her heart. I had not talked to her in 8 years. Donny, I've been getting your market snapshot. It's time to tell my townhouse. I hadn't talked to her in 8 years. But you know what she had gotten? 96 market snapshots in the last 8 years. Right. And that's the stuff right there, right? So Ling sold that house. She bought the other one, and then she was marrying another guy. And I got 3 transactions where if I hadn't begun with market snapshots, she would have forgot who I was because I wasn't doing a good job in all the other stuff that's connected with your sphere. But that is so easy to do.
The other thing that I love
about it.
Set them
up one time.
Is once you set it up and they open it, I set mine to give me an email back to let me know they opened it. So every time somebody opens it, that's great because it reminds me in the next couple of days I need to call them. So it gives me that, hey, just checking in, how are you doing? Not the, oh, I saw you opened up my market snapshot. Are you thinking about buying or selling your house? Not that. But just a, hey, you know what? I was just thinking about you. How are you doing? Exactly. So not only are they opening it and seeing the branding, but then they're getting the phone call from me after just to saying, hey, checking on you.
And look, you're not getting 100% open rate, but it's going to bubble to the top.
But they care about their house.
If there's 40 people in this room and 3 of you clicked on it this weekend a couple times, it's going to pop it to the head of my CRM on Monday and say, hey, reach out. You might want to talk to Chris. You might want to talk to Ed. They've been poking around your market snapshots. So Sarah said you got it set up, but it's going to queue it already. It's going to bubble to the surface, and it's going to tell you, because you're not going to log in and look at your CRM, so you have it set up to do it. Hold on one second, Carol. So the idea is not only that you get the market snapshots out, but you're able to connect with them when you have that thing going. So that is a super easy thing to incorporate. Unico, go ahead.
So there's also a 2-1 benefit with the market snapshot. You send it out that one time, but also that market snapshot not only gives them sales, but it gives them active listings in their area. So I had somebody call me who I didn't know was also looking for a second home and say, hey, you also sent me a condo in such and such area. I'm interested in that. I'm like, what? Okay, let me go back and look at my snapshot again because I didn't realize it sent out active listings too.
Yeah.
And so it also, you don't know when your client is thinking about buying a second home, but they're getting this information, and so that's why I say it's a 2-1 benefit.
Yep.
You send it at one time, and you may sell 2 or three other houses.
And it's just that reminder that you're the pro that
You're
they should
the real
reach out to.
estate.
You're the pro they should talk to when they have any questions about anything, or they're going to forget who you are. Go ahead, Carol.
Very simple question. Which one of those is the market snapshot? Because it's not on there.
Well,
What-
each one kind of builds off the other.
I
So
think it's probably in market reports.
it's
maybe.
market reports. It's market reports, but you need
think
to be
that
able
she's
to
writing it
log
differently.
in, and
Yeah.
I'll do some of those things
Yeah.
before you can get to building a market report.
But-
so your people have got to get put in the database. Like this is a step by step.
Yeah, but if I added all of you individually into our database, then I could individually address, email, then I click the button, it can light up a market report. But I believe she's writing that as market reports. That's a good question, though, Carol.
What about when they go to spam?
What
Because
ab-
a lot of them go to spam from KB4 when you send those out. They just
I don't have. So Katie asked, "What about when they go to spam?" I don't have a good answer for that.
I have a great answer for that, KDB.
there.
You call your people and you tell them you've set them up on an automated system to tell them what their single biggest asset, which is their house and their portfolio is, and to take a look for that email. And then as you know it's coming out, that is a
Go.
great clicker to call them and go, hey, check your spam because that email came out.
tell them
Make
to
sure you
save
bookmark
that
it,
as an address.
save it, and it gives you great calling pieces.
Gives you a reason to call. There you go. And then you can be like, Good answer, Sarah.
You're
I'll
welcome,
take
and
care.
you're welcome. Yes.
So that's just one that, to me, look, there's a lot of things up here, and they're all great. But to me, everybody should do market snapshots. That's an easy thing to do. You can get in there and do
All
that.
about providing value, you guys, and this is value. This is what they want to
They
know.
don't remember who you are.
Right.
Hi, Jerry Berry. How you doing back there, buddy?
Jerry Berry.
Good.
Doing fine.
Mike and Muriel did an excellent job representing First Heritage earlier. Do you have anything you want to add? You want to come up and say?
I knew I didn't need to come, but it's always nice to see you guys.
It's always nice,
Nice
to
to see
you.
you, the man, the
Jerry
myth, the
Berry.
legend.
My blow dryer broke.
Your blow dryer broke? Yeah. It's a lot of hair to work through there, Jerry. You got a lot going on.
That's hilarious.
So this is where I need participation, okay? I got a few minutes here.
All right.
I can go over some more stuff we have going on. But what I want to do is I want to hear from you guys. If you hear, I know Ed and Rich, you guys are hiding in the back. You guys are super
on in, friends.
successful, doing all sorts of things. But I want to hear, are you seeing anything out there? Are you seeing, what I'm hearing from people is this. I'll start the conversation that, look, there's some stuff that Casey sent me an alarming report, just how many of our listings are withdrawing. And because, in my opinion, we're still not getting real about pricing. We're still not getting real about, we're looking at July and August pricing, and we're letting the sellers talk us into the fact that that's where the real pricing is, but that's not. That was the pricing that got bid up 50 grand over the list price. It's really more like what those houses started at in August, or not August, in April, what they were priced at before they got bid through the roof. But that's
So-
where I'm seeing a little bit of that.
I'll tell you, so I run a mastermind of the top producers of the company. We do it once a month. It's invitation only based on production volume. And one of the major themes that came out of the last 2 months of mastermind that we do have been that so many agents are not pricing properties correctly. And that is hurting everybody in the marketplace because agents aren't perfecting their craft. They're not getting real about pricing. They don't know how to price. They're going with whatever anybody says, or God forbid, this estimate, right?
Yep.
Pricing is key on making sure that you understand how to properly price properties to get them to move in the marketplace. There's lots of different trainings online with pricing properties. Casey did a master class on how he prices properties.
Go
We'll
in and
have
find the
more.
Casey and Pricing and Analytics class. It is
Such
good
a
stuff.
great class. He will teach you step by step how to price properties. And it's never just one, some people are like, oh, well, I looked at the RPR, or oh, I looked at this estimate, or oh, I did this. You can never look at one source. Look at RPR. Yes, understand what Zillow says. Run price per square foot, run percentage of tax assessed value, run all of the different algorithms and average out prices and weight them. If you don't have 4 to 5 different sources that you use to come up with a good solid price on a property, you're probably missing something. If nothing else, it validates the price in your gut feeling, in your gut that says that this is the price it should be. This should validate it. Your data should validate it because quite frankly, you going to an appraiser or a buyer and saying, hey, yeah, I think it should be this, doesn't hold any weight. But you being able to say, well, a buyer comes in and says, well, I think your house is priced too high, and you being able to go, let me tell you why we priced it this way. Bam, 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 bam. Give this to your buyer.
And I had an example just yesterday. I was talking to somebody, and they said, well, look, the person went off at $700,000. Hi, WR. How you doing? She just slid in the back there with that smiling face. They said they went off at $700,000. He said, look, the real price should have been $630,000, $640,000, maybe $650,000 for the house. So they went off at $700,000 because they were convinced that's what they could get because the last guy got $680,000 and I'm going to list it for $700,000. Well, it sits for 30 days, 40 days, 45 days, and then what happens? They drop back down, then they drop back down. 60 days into the listing, now it's at 650, where it should have been the whole time, to be honest. So now it's stale, seller's frustrated, all this. The buyer rolls in, offers 640 with 20,000 back in closing.
Because it's been on the market for 90 days.
They got it for 620 net. If they had gone on the market at 639 or 649 for the jump, first of all, they would have got sold right away, I'm sure. And I'm sure they would have got 640, 650, 660, and maybe even multiple bids. That's the whole idea of, if we just well, no, I want to try 700. Don't tell the stories like that. You're setting yourselves up for it. They're hiring you because you're the pro. You've got to say the pro things. You've got to have those stories. You've got the pro things.
You have to, and, you know, we laugh about that, but
anybody
that's so
can
true.
just do whatever they say, right? But if you instruct them properly and say, look, this is where the market is for the home. And if it's not, we're like, well, what if it sits at 649? Well, then what do you think it would have done at 699, right? I don't want to only say, we have to go to where the real market is. What are things selling for? What's the realistic value of it? If there's a ton of demand, great. It'll get bid up to 660. It'll get bid up to 670.
And it also is so much more important that you know your area.
Were you saying this because I'm holding this too? Is that bothering? Okay.
It's almost important for you. It's so important for you to know your area as well. If you have an area where properties are sitting and not going off the market very quickly, and you've got some market inventory, it's critical that you don't price it too high. If you've got an area where there's no inventory whatsoever and things are flying off the market, then you still need to price it correctly, but it's not as critical that you hone in and nail it 100%. But if you've got 20 other listings on the market in the same zip code or in the same subdivision, you have got to make sure you're pricing it correctly. And I laugh saying the pro things, but saying the pro things is the differentiator between you being a professional agent and anybody getting a real estate license.
Yeah. And I know this is new for, I see a lot of veteran agents in front of us here, but there's so many people that are new in real estate in the last 4 years, and all they've known is this crazy competitive market, which is great. Or so many that have been in the last 9 years, since really we had to struggle with selling listings. We've had a consistently good market the last 8 or 9 years. Well, you have to then dive into some of these things. You have to, if you don't know, then take some listing agent classes that we've done. Dive in, ask a friend, get together, ask somebody else to help you price a home before you get in there. But this is the stuff that you need to really do to make sure you go off and have these effective listings. Because anybody can take the listing, but you want to sell the listing, you have to say the right things. The other point I would make about listings is this. You got to fix them up and make them look nice. All you guys that are buyer's agents out there know, if you're showing around buyers, that if they have options, they're going to want the one that's ready to go. They're going to want the one that looks pretty, jumps off the page. If they've got 8 options, and yeah, I want to buy a house, but I want to buy one of them, they want the one that's priced effectively, but they also want the one that looks great and is ready to go. You can't get by with what you could 6 months, a year, 18 months ago where, look, let's keep the wallpaper. Wallpaper's back in now. I can never keep track.
Wallpaper's in.
But let's keep the ugly carpet and the this and the that. We don't need to upgrade it. We don't need to take that. You should. You need to now. And if they don't have the money to, then call Samson Solutions, go through the Curbio connection we have, and fix that house up and get it paid for at closing. Because putting the time, effort, and money in up front and putting your best foot forward from the beginning, putting the best price, the best condition out there, it will sell quickly. It will sell with multiple offers. It will do those things, but you got to list it and price it properly.
So I would say if you're brand new in the market, get with an agent that's gone through these market cycles before, right? If you have been in the business,
find an old
4 years,
person like Sarah.
Find an old person like me.
Sorry, that was.
But
wide.
no, but I was getting ready to say an old person like us, because the new people.
I'm old too.
Listen, when you're new in the market and you're new in the industry, you've got an energy and an excitement, and you're ready to learn and ready to go and ready to take on the world. But us old people have a lot of experience in there to show you how to navigate some of your energy and channel it through these market conditions. And if you've never been through a market correction or a market shift, you've got to buckle down and learn more. It's not just oh, well, I'm good. I sold $10 million last year. Okay, well, that's great as a new agent. Fantastic. But have you ever been through a market shift? And that's what we're in right now. So you need to educate yourself, learn, partner up with people that know how to help you navigate this market so that you can do all the good things and sell another 10 million, another 10 million.
I'm gonna make an example out of my friend Dilyar, because I just said hi to her back there. Look, Dilyar is a rock star, and she's gonna sell whatever, 60 million this year, some ungodly number of homes, right? Under 60. Going under 60. But
we still have time, Dilyar.
She's a workhorse. Almost there.
Almost there.
But you know what Dilyar was doing all Friday morning? She had another agent that she had run into, and look, she said, look, I'll help you with Instagram, you help me. An experienced agent that sat down, taught her a couple hours of class on how to do better with her listings. That is somebody that could rest on her laurels being the most successful individual agent in our whole company. But here she is spending all morning getting training by somebody that she thinks does it better in that sense. Yes. Now that she does, and she's like, she's amazing, she's teaching all these things. Well, that's somebody that, look, if the number one individual agent in our whole company is investing in their own time and education and learning to get better,
to learn to
then
get better,
we all. Like she could be one that could be like, no, I'm good, I'm killing it.
and by all rights, she is killing it, right? Yeah.
But she knows that she can get better at listings, so that's what she's doing. She's rolling up her sleeves, getting
training.
She
wants to be more effective and efficient in her business. She wants to do it better.
Sorry to put you on the spot there. Good job, Donny.
So you may come add.
Oh, thanks.
What's your shirt say?
Oh, actually, we went to Indiana. Yeah. And they have Santa Claus Town. It's the second time we went there, and I love it.
This is Santa Claus Town in Indiana?
And it's
I need to go do that.
It's only like 7 hours drive. Highly recommend.
Okay, wait, whoa. You lost me at 7 hours drive.
No.
Where can I fly into, Dilyara?
It's a fun drive. So
no. Where can I fly into, Dilyara?
Oh, I don't know. I always drive there. I love it.
On purpose?
You took the whole family too, didn't you?
No, just me and my husband. Every time, like long distance travel, highly recommend to all families, like leave your kids at home and go yourself.
Stay here, guys. Stay here.
I mean,
we're going to see Santa, and you can't go.
They can.
Santa Claus Indiana.
They can take their kids when they're
there.
older.
There you go.
We're gonna show them that there's cool places to go when they grow up.
That's hilarious.
You scouted it all out. So what were we gonna say?
What I wanted to bring up, besides that, I look up for agents a lot, and there's an agent. I talked about it a lot, but to individual people, I want to bring it up. There's an agent here. His name is Quintavious Burdett. Took me a while, and I told you about him. Yeah, and I absolutely love what he's doing. He's in Mississippi, individual agent showing. Selling 300 homes a year. Like, you think it's impossible, right?
He's being Dilyara.
Yeah, but he's amazing. He taught me a lot. We became friends, like virtual friends, but then he's coming to Virginia and to give trainings to other company agents. But I sneak in. Yeah. Yeah, but what he uses 4 points every day. And I met him about 1.5 years ago. When he actually taught me, I just heard about him on some whatever. I
probably
had a walk,
Instagram.
Yeah. I heard I was like the Home Snap sending those interviews that they're having. So they had an interview with him, and I had my morning walk, and I was listening to it, and I absolutely wanted to know who he is, and I wanted to meet him. I found him on Instagram. We connected, and we were like talking since then. And he has that 4-point system every day. And I start following that 4-point in my head. I don't even write it down. So 1 point, if you actually talk to someone you don't know about real estate. We're not counting realtors. So it's 1 point. The 2 points, if you actually met in person with someone, right, and talked about real estate. So let's say you had a phone call and they said, hey, let's meet, and you're going to tell me more. So that counts as 2 points. And 3 points actually signed listing agreement or buyer's agreement. We're not talking about results. Like results, don't count results. Don't concentrate on results. They will come. And then 4 points is ratified contract. If you got ratified contract, you're good to go home. You're good to go whatever you do. I swear to God, every day, if I have ratified contract, I'm like, okay, 4 points. Awesome. So I kind of like, I have that 4 point in my head every day. And if you do extra, you don't transfer it to next day. But try to do this.
No sandbagging people.
Yeah.
But the more you do, the 1 and 2 point
so it just
activities.
So let's say you got 3 ratified, it's still 4 points. But if you're gonna have that 4 points in your head every day, I mean that's what I start having, and I sold over 55, I think 56, 57 now closed million. And I never concentrate on results, and I just do that 4 points every day. And there's no weekend to it. The way I was getting 1 point is I was connecting on Instagram to someone and actually talk to real estate. And another thing, it's only you who putting limits in your head. I really like one actor, Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries. He's my favorite. He sent me a message.
Oh, he's hot.
He's hot.
Yeah. I know, my husband didn't like it, but
my husband didn't like it.
So it's like
Dilliar's flirting with movie
Dilliar,
stars
you're
on
cracking
Instagram.
me up.
You put limits in your hats, like you really, people are people, and the millionaires, the billionaires, they're still people. Like I met a billionaire who was like, I mean, I sell planes right now. I help him sell planes like every day. I'm going again today, but they're simple people. Like they're people. Like they're not. So you limit yourself in your hat. They're just.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
We all fear of failure, or fear of putting ourselves out there, but we limit ourselves in what we can do and what we can accomplish. And
Thanks,
good
Dilliar.
thoughts. Thanks, Dilliar. Dilliar rock starring it up. I appreciate it. Any other thoughts on what's going on in the market or candidate stories? Anything that they can impart wisdom on? Sarah, you have any wisdom to impart?
I've already given it all.
She's dropped all sorts of nuggets today. So a couple other things going up.
Some of them made sense,
We've
some
got,
of them didn't. Whatever.
Potlucks today. We've got our Rest in Leesburg party
Yes.
today. Talking Social with Brittany is this afternoon as well. Social media classes every Wednesday afternoon. Mastermind groups, great place to hop in there and enjoy the one another's. You know, Sarah talked about the over 10 million one that we do, and the 5 to 10 millions. That all these masterminds are great. Hop into, get in the conversation. Maybe you're too nervous to jump up here and talk in front of everybody and be on camera. But in those environments, we can all learn and share from each other. You get 1 or 2 tidbits from somebody else. It's worth your time.
And if you don't want to say anything at first, don't say anything. Just listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth, right? Just listen. Learn more.
We don't know how to do that. 2 ears,
No.
1 mouth, do we?
You and I don't. No.
Contract training on Friday with Steve. Friday financing with normally the great Jerry Berry, one of our First Heritage people every Friday. Sky Slope class as always. Commercial every Monday. So Aladdin's doing a great job with our commercial stuff. He has commercial questions. He has those Q&As on Mondays. Print classes. We had Tyson's party. Tools to get started with MLS and MLS search. We do these once a month on Tuesdays. Guys, the Bright has a lot of capabilities in there, and people.
So much stuff.
You know, so I'm going to give a 3-second anecdote, but probably more than 3 seconds. People are like, well, who do I send? You know, I did 2 really cool campaigns when I was selling. Is one, I decided that I was going to go. I just wanted more listings, so I took everybody in the 2 zip codes where I lived, 20151 and 20152. 20105 and 20152. Aldi and South Riding. And I went to investment, absentee owners, yes. So I wanted just people investment owners. So I sent it to their primary residence. I pulled their primary residence out of tax records. So I didn't send it to the townhouse where the renter was in because I wanted listings. So I was sending it to all these homeowners. Now they were getting their emails and they were getting my postcards in Phoenix and in Florida and all over the place because who knows where they live that they own these investments. There are 1,500 investment properties, or not investment. I guess they become investment properties, right? Well, I was getting listings, non-owner occupied. I was getting lots of listings because they were like, oh, everybody markets to the people that live here, but how about the people that own the places that live other places? So, but I was able to pull all this information from Bright, had that mailing list. A lot of times, if they owned that home and another one, they might be somebody owns 3, 4, 5 homes. A lot of times I was getting the listing on their primary or a different property. So I was reaching just home sellers that way and not, right, if we send them out 10, 20, 30% of them might be renters, right? They're not going to sell their house. So that was one thing I did. And then the other thing I did is I looked at it is I said, okay, I was looking for move-up buyers. So I was able to manipulate Bright MLS and be like, I want everybody that's in townhouses in this neighborhood and they've been here from 3 to 10 years. That was how long ago their tax record changed hands. First year or 2, maybe they're not ready to go. 3 years to 10 years, this is that honey spot where they were like, look, they've been here for a little while, maybe they're looking to move up. Well, I just cut down about half of the mailers. If I just said, I'm going to mail them to all the townhouses. Well, I cut down to about the half that really were probably in that phase where they're like, I've been here 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. I've accumulated some appreciation. Maybe I'm outgrowing the house. I've been here for a while. And that was a great way to connect. So you can think of your own ways where you want to do that, but then I was like, I'm going to attack that 1,500 or 1,000 or 2,000 homes in this area. And I was getting some move-up buyers. It was 2 transactions, sell the townhouse, buy the single. So there's a lot of different ways you can manipulate Bright. And I got off a tangent there because I just think sometimes we close our minds to like, well, I know how to use Bright. But do you really know how to use it and find the things that you want to think?
We know a lot of
That's
things, but do we do anything with what we know?
Yeah, a lot of us know like
action. And then not
3%
just
of
doing
what you
that
do.
one time, but setting up a regular, reoccurring, consistent pattern of behavior.
Oh, yeah.
So that you're doing it month after month after month
Don't
after
do
month.
any of the mailers I just talked about once about. Well, it didn't work.
You just wasted your money.
Right. Did you talk about that yesterday? I set it up, and I would have an alarm that It was in my calendar every 4 weeks or every 5 weeks or whatever I did, every 6 weeks. You know, you could do it once a month, but I was doing it every 5 weeks because then I only have to do it 10 times a year instead of 12. I was saving a little bit of money. But I was like, every 5 weeks I was doing the 3 or 4 different mailers I did. So I always had one of my mailers going out every week or two. But it was that consistency. You said, look, over the long haul, I'm gonna make the hay off this. I know I am going to. Now, it might not be the first run.
Make the hay.
Make the hay. Make the money. Make the hay. It's better than you.
I fell off the wheel.
You fell off the wheel earlier,
Whatever.
so I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever.
But know your numbers with Lynn. Great class next Tuesday. Know your numbers is, you heard Uniqua. She had real life goals about what she wanted to do next year.
And she's tracking numbers.
I want to make this much more money. Yes, it's going to translate to this much more in volume, but sometimes we say, well, we want to make $100,000 in real estate, but we don't know what that means, right? What we have to spend to make that happen, the taxes, the money we put aside, we need to sell this many homes. Set goals, work backwards on those. I just summarized the class in 8 seconds, I think. But, but know your numbers. There's a lot more to that. But if you want real tangible goals and you want to be sitting here next December hitting those goals, then set goals, have a plan. You have a better chance. What was your email yesterday, your Tuesday tidbit? Do you remember what it was? Because I remember.
Go ahead, goals, setting goals. Setting goals.
What percentage of people set goals? Do you remember? 83% of people don't.
No, 83% of people don't.
Don't, right.
Don't.
83% of people don't set goals. And then out of the people that do it, it was like 3% of people actually write them down.
Right.
But then you're 71% or something more likely to actually attain those goals if you do write them down and set those goals. Right. That was the Tuesday tidbit yesterday. We actually put the graphic up on Samson Property Social, I believe, as well. That's the reason. That's where I saw it twice. I had to get the numbers once,
got it in
right?
there, yeah.
But those are real things, guys. We don't just make up that stuff, you know. You can focus down, and Gary Harvey's calling me. Hey, Gary Harvey. So
Gary Harvey, you've been here how long? We're talking.
Well, that's okay. I got a text from Danny 10 minutes ago too. So
that's hilarious.
Danny forgot Wednesday was meeting day, even though he just did them for what 15 years straight. Know your numbers, great class. Lots of great. Oh, Training Tuesday with Peter Frias in DC. That's a new one. Bowie holiday parties, Arlington. More talking social classes. We've got lots of stuff that we're doing every day.
Engage in the end of the year, yes.
Sit around, do the same things over and over again. Nothing's going to change, right?
Right.
All right. With that being said, I made it under the time. Look at me.
Did we? Awesome.
So now we are going to. Now Chris gave us a rousing speech earlier, and I very much appreciate it. But the reality is this, guys. We can't do all these great things and have these great people and great offices and great facilities and pour back into you more every single day to help you all succeed if we don't get the support of Cardinal Title Group, you know. And the more you can, please try to use them.
Unfortunately, there's no company dollar on 100% commission.
yeah. The 345 admin fees don't go to pay for everything we need. We do need the Cardinal closings. Every single one of these is important. I know this list takes a little bit of time to go through.
But we appreciate you.
But every single one of the people is important, and their hard work in supporting Cardinal. And we will continue to, and if you haven't used this in a while, like I said earlier, give us another try. They do a fantastic job. They are second to none. We have A-plus talent that works at Cardinal Title Group, so please give us an opportunity to earn that business. So for all of you all, thank you, and I'm going to start with page 1.
All right, awesome. We had 203.
203 since our last meeting. Abdul Al-Nazar, Abdul Awan, Abdul Latif, Latif Chaudhry, Adam Henderson, Adi Graves, Ahmad Goma, Izamati Izir, Albert Zhang, Ali Ahmed, Ali Dejanata 3 times. Ali
nice
D,
job,
there you
Ali
go. Aliza Askri, if you're here, give me a woohoo or raise your hand. We want to be able to cheer for you. Amy Hoover, Anna Anaga, Andres Polly, Andrew Norton, Andy Spagnola, Angel Figueroa 2 times. Thank you, Angel. Angela Faciola, Anil Khanna, and Annette and John Greco.
Thanks, you guys. Anthony Sanestevan. Anthony's back there somewhere.
Today?
Antonio Hayes.
Maybe not. Good job, Anthony.
Apachana Pikachu. Arelis Perez. Pikachu. Arelis Perez. Arsalan Jamil. Ashok Singh. Astrid Kresniki.
You may take your page. Is that voice going to be okay?
It's going to be fine.
Right.
Sweet and sassy Barbara Pritchard. Short and spicy.
Short and spicy.
Not sweet and sassy.
Sweet and sassy.
God.
I love you, Barbara, but that's not short and spicy.
The meds are really wearing off, Barbara. Sorry. Bill Petrie. Bobby Shahal. Brad Roars. Bruce Lemming 2 times. Candy Ferguson. Carlos Fuentes 2 times. Carmen Carter Howe. Uncle Casey Sampson 2 times. Sharice Harris, Mr. Christopher John DiNapoli 2 times,
CJ.
Chris Loizu, and Cindy Wang. Thank you, guys.
Claudia Chang, Cody Dawson, Dan Quiroga, Danica Hu, Darren Robertson 2 times, David Flack, David Holland, Delilah Torres, Dolores Barnes, Desiree Germa, Derek Cole, Deanna Posadas, Dilyara Diminiva 2 times. Thank you, Dilyara. Woo, woo. Diwan Gupta, DJ Jenkins, Ebony Jones, Isa Hassan, Emily Barrera, Eugenio Fisher, and Faye Nawab.
Ferris Eways 2 times, Flourish Adetoye 2 times, Frey Essays, Gang Zong, Garnett Robbins Bauman, Gary Garrison, Gary Harvey, Gigi Salama, Gladys Gale, Gray McBay, Greg Solera, Han Win Liu, Haiti Hallett, Heather Raff, Heidi Hollis, Holly Woodworth, Iris Yu. Iris! Whoop, whoop! Is Iris here?
No.
Katie. Yes.
Once in a while, Katie's just excited about a name.
Katie threw me off. Yvonne Juarez.
Yvonne! Woo!
Whoop, whoop!
No, I was doing the Katie.
Oh, for the love. Jaime Magny and Janelle McElwain. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you.
Jessica Ryan, John
Y'all are
Bunch,
killing
John
me.
Crow, Joy Nicholas, John Gift, John Curello, get to see him today, Joseph Dean, Josh Jenkins, Joy Haskins, Julie Abate, Julie Young, Justin Pecker, Karen Richardson 2 times, Kashu Frasul, Katerina Seniak, Kia Evans, Keisha Gray Robinson, Kelly Daniel, Kelvin Lloyd, and Karen Quo.
Kana Mitchell, Khalid Al-Hajba 2 times, Kimberly Chin, Kiona Simon, Kusha Sharifi Tafreshi, Christine
I want
Tressler.
Katie V to just go with me everywhere in life.
Katie, oh my God.
She's just bringing the cheering.
Oh my God, you're killing me. Crystal Spears, KT Fan, Kwaku Brokery. KT's here. Oh, there you are. Hello. Larry and Laura Bean.
Did you get Kwaku?
I did do Kwaku.
Okay.
Lettuce, Christina Aguilon. Clearly, you were not paying attention. Letitia
I'm still
Goddess.
thinking about KT over there.
Lindsay Walker, Lisa Barber, Liz Corte, Lucia Arden Jason 3 times.
Good job,
Thank you, Lucia. Louis Poblete, Margaret Ireland, Maria Lightly, and Marshall Forney. Thanks, you guys.
Marvette Cofield, Mel Tulu, Michael Williams, Michelle Gibson 2 times, Misty Weaver. Last time you just randomly yelled.
You started singing Dreamweaver.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Nadine Morgan Jackson.
See, I'm glad I'm not
Neil
the only one that does
Balin,
that.
Nick Vo 2 times, Nora Yelland, Paige Kellogg, Pat Sowers.
In the house.
There he is.
He's right there, yes.
Paul Almeida, Pilar
Gio Cochea.
Gio Cochea 3 times. Pilar.
I don't know if that's
Rockstar.
right or not. I'm sorry if it isn't. Call me and let me know.
Ping Zhu. She was an ex-Donny Samson team member. Did you know
Ping
that?
Zhu?
Pilar.
Pilar?
Yeah.
Yet another agent who felt like they could do it better than Donnie.
No. Not clients. She
Oh.
was on my team. But
Yet
yes,
another agent that thought they could
she
do it better
probably
than
thinks
Donnie.
she could do it better than me too, though. Ping Zhu, Prudence Wafu 2 times, Rajan Lalwani, Rajiv Sharma, Rajesh Verma, Rebecca Carrera, my man in the back,
Whoop,
Rich
whoop.
DeGore.
Mr.
There you
DeGore.
go.
Ritu Desai, Robert Harley, Robert Johnston, Mr. Bob Wiley 2 times, Roberto Valencia.
I'm going to stop real quick. Bob and Roxanne Wiley, they moved yesterday, Monday, down to Florida.
To Florida.
So we're going to miss them very much.
Yes.
But they were our White Marsh manager, Drew over there, Roxanne and Bob. They were great. They're still technically members of Samson, but thank you for everything you guys did. And
Yes.
safe travels in Florida. Go ahead.
And we'll give you time to move in before we come visit.
Yes.
Okay, Roberto Valencia, Rodrigo Lara, Roger Mishu, we're going with that. Roger bless you. Roger Tata, Rakashan Falah,
Gesundheit.
Ron Hamad, Roxanne Southern 3 times, Sabrina Sanchez.
Ow!
Aha, woo woo. Sadega Momayezi. Oh wow, I killed that one. Mama Yezi. Sai Alu, Sanjeev Shah, Sarah McGovern.
Sarah Mormon.
Me 2 times. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Scott Key, Sean Judge, and Sergio Garcia, not the golfer. Thank you, guys.
Sherry Devlin, Srikanth Chala, Srikanth
Doobadoo. I love his name.
Stephanie Pierce, Steve Belois, Steve Tangwa, Tu Wen. Oh, thank you. Tu Wen. Tia Thompson, Tom Saporito, my man Travis Johnson, Travis Levi, our Silver Spring manager, Troy Spinogle, Uniqua Pal.
Oh, looks to me like some of that activity that she's doing might be paying off. Just saying.
There you go.
Just saying.
Vita Howard, Vipul Mehta, our great broker manager in Arlington, Miss Wendy Dean. Wendy Dean. And Galena Jones. So thank you
you guys.
For all your support.
Absolutely.
This will be the last time we have the whole company meeting, Maryland, D.C. Everybody can tune in next week as well. But I just want to say at this time of year, just thank you so much for everything you all do for Samson Properties and Cardinal Title Group and First Heritage Mortgage. All your hard work, your support, your loyalty to us. I know that there's a lot of people always calling and all that kind of fun stuff, but you guys are continue to show up and support us loyally every day and continue to tell other realtors to come. And I've got a list of lots of people we're going to go see at a Lunch and Learn because you all continue to spread the good news about Samson. So I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and we all are, and how you work hard for our company, and you guys just give us a better name. We're building up Samson's name in this community every single day, and I'm so thankful for that. Hopefully we see you at all these holiday parties.
Yes, come visit. We would love to celebrate the season with you.
We'd love to celebrate with you, but I'm just so thankful this time of year. You just count your blessings, and you all are blessing all your hard work every day, so thank you for that.
Everyone, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your generosity. Enjoy your loved ones. Happy traveling. Happy seasons. Enjoy your family, good health, and we will see you in the new year. Look forward to seeing you at the parties. Take care.
Peace out.